All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our artificial intelligence course, and we're still doing our learning module. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, last night, if you recall, the last thing we went over, or yesterday for that matter, if you recall, the last thing we went over was supervised learning. And tonight, we're just going to pick up where we left off. So, this task of giving a whole set of data, some input-output pairs, we would like to learn some function that maps those inputs to those outputs. It turns out that there are other forms of learning as well. And another popular type of machine learning is known as reinforcement learning. This is the definition of reinforcement learning. Given a set of rewards or punishments, learn what actions to take. And the idea of reinforcement learning is rather than just being given a whole data set at the beginning, input output pairs, reinforcement learning is all about learning from experience. In reinforcement learning, our agent, whether it's a physical robot trying to make actions in the world or some virtual agent that is a program running somewhere, our agent is going to be given a set of rewards or punishments in the form of numerical values, and based on that, it learns what actions to take in the future. Our agent, our AI, will be put in some sort of environment. It will make some actions, and based on those actions that it makes, it will learn something. It either gets a reward when it does something well, it gets a punishment when it does something poorly, and it learns what to do or what not to do in the future based on those individual experiences. And so, what this will often look like is what we often start with some agent, some AI, which again might be a physical robot or it could just be a program. And our agent is situated in the environment where the environment is where they are going to make their actions. And it's what's going to give them rewards or punishments for various actions that they take. So, that's what this here. We have our environment and then we have our agent. So, for example, the environment is going to start off by putting our agent inside of a state. This is that here. We have an environment, and this is the state that our agent is in. Our agent has some state that in a game might be the state of the game that the agent is playing. In the world that the agent is exploring, might be some position inside of a grid representing the world the agent is exploring. But the agent is in some sort of state, and in that state, the agent needs to choose what action to take. The agent likely has multiple actions it can choose from, but they pick an action. And it's represented here. We have an environment, we have the state that our agent is in, and then we have the choices that we make in our environment. So they take an action in a particular state, and as a result of that, the agent would generally get two things in response. The agent gets a new state that they can find themselves in. After being in this state, taking one action and ended up in some other state. And they're also given some sort of numerical reward. Positive meaning reward, meaning they did a good thing. Negative generally meaning they did something bad and they received some sort of punishment. That's this here. So we have our environment, we have our state, then we have our agent. Then we have our agent making a decision in in the environment and then getting some kind of reward in return, either negative or positive based on the actions it takes. And that is all the information the agent has. It's told what state it's in, it makes some sort of action, and based on that, it ends up in another state and it ends up getting some particular reward. Now, we did do a little bit more, or probably a lot more, but I'm not going to go over everything tonight because it was a long night. Like I said, I wanted to get myself back on track from missing last night's posting. But yeah, everything is back on track, and we're going to keep moving forward. But of course, I will keep you guys posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.